Some people want to say hi to you. Hello! Bye. Okay. You ready to go? We can start. Yes. Ready to rock it out. Take me on a date. How's everyone doing? Okay, I gotta say, Eric Worry. Wow. That put me in perspective for sure. That was wild. So are we ready to learn how to prospect though? Let's get down to the nitty gritty, right? That's why we're here. Obviously there's quite a few people here, and I think it's because we all are wanting to know how to do that. Pretty important skill. So we're gonna try and break through this as quickly as possible. I have a lot to talk about. Michelle's got like 30 slides in like 25 minutes. I have no idea how that's gonna work out, but she's gonna be able to pull it off, obviously. So a few things I want to discuss, obviously, about prospecting that I think is going to be really, really, really beneficial to everyone here. But before I do that, I want to make sure this clicker actually works, because I'm pressing fast forward. I don't know. Oh, that's probably why I'm pointing at the screen. Nope. You know, Stu, I'll just cue you. Okay. Anyway, so, okay. A lot of people talk about prospecting as this activity or a hobby, right? Like, hey, let's go prospect, right? Let's just go do that right now. But what people don't realize is, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I gotta take this phone call. It's really important. It's actually a prospect of mine that I have. But I'll let you guys listen. How about that? Hold on. Hello? Hello, you there? Oh, it's not up all the way. Hey, are you there? Oh, hold on. Can you hear me? Andrew, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Nothing much. Just relaxing right now.
Yeah, I'm glad you called me, man. Well, hey, things have been well. I know it's been a few days since we talked.
Yeah, no, just checking in on you, just seeing what you was up to. You know, I enjoy our talks and everything we talk about, you know.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it.
Well, you know, we've been talking for like 2 weeks now. I know you've been working at Coca-Cola, kind of doing your thing. I know you're a little bit stressed with that. You obviously are working, you know, a lot, got like 12-hour days sometimes, $20 an hour. I can sense, you know, you want more out of life than what you currently have. I wanted to know, you know, we've talked a lot. You were kind of ready to get started and get things rolling. And obviously, you know, you had some liabilities you had to take care of, your rent, things like that. But how are you right now? How are you feeling with the whole opportunity?
Things are going great. Things are going great right now. Like I said, you know, my goal is, you know, start to focus on Beamer more, try to learn more about the product. You know, you guys have been really great with mentoring me, calling in, checking on me. And, you know, I really appreciate that. That shows a lot that, you know, you guys, you really care and y'all want to, you know, y'all here to help others and be success in this business. You know, like I said, you know, just watching you on YouTube and where you are and where you was and where you are today, you know, I can see the change, you know, like I'm so happy about it. I'm really pumped up about joining the team and really learning the business.
Well, absolutely, man. Well, hey, you know, I do have to go pretty soon, but, you know, I think what I really am seeing that you're ready to invest in yourself. And I got a whole team of leaders that are ready to invest in you if you're ready to make that commitment too. And, you know, that's kind of what we want to see. If you're at that point where you're ready to get in the system, you know, lock in on some product and actually make that next step to bettering your future and potentially eventually getting you out of that job with Coca-Cola. How would you feel about that?
Man, that would feel great.
Okay. And the other thing I want to ask too, I know we talked about the different products, right? You could obviously lock in with 2 cases, you know, grab a case for yourself, they're the share. You know, we discussed how the affiliate pack can get qualified for a lot more bonuses. We got the Tune Go plan coming out. It's going to be ridiculous. And, you know, obviously the more product you have, the better. So did you take a look at whether you wanted the affiliate or the 2?
I'm going with the affiliate pack, man. I think I'm going all in. I think that's the best way to go.
Absolutely. Okay, well, hey, you remember Jake Sigelnik, right? The link that we sent you probably a few days ago?
Yes, I do.
So I'll just make sure that he hits you up, he contacts you, and then we'll get you through the system by figuring out which affiliate pack you want. We'll lock you in. We'll add you to the Facebook groups. And then the next few days, dude, our goal is to help you get your goals met as quickly as you want to go. Does that sound fair enough?
That sounds great.
All right, buddy. Much love. Let's chat soon, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care. Hey, Jake, you got him? Yeah. You logged him in?
Facebook message him right now.
Your Facebook messaging him right now? Hey, Jake just got an affiliate bag. Let's do something fun. I have an idea. Why don't we all text him and congratulate him on joining the team? All right, here. If you have a phone, I'm going to say his number really quick. 817-716-6853. 817-716-6853. So the reason why I did that actually is because I wanted to give a really important example, which is that prospecting is a way of life. It's something you become. It's something you do on a habitual basis. It's who you are, right? And I want to be blunt with you guys. You're not going to make it if you don't incorporate it into who you are in anything. And so what you start to realize is through your habits and through what you do on a daily basis, prospecting will just become natural. It'll just become something that you do. And then that perceptual effect will be people slowly rolling into your business. Now, what you notice too, before I get into this, he was not ready to order at first. It took multiple exposures. I've been talking to him for actually about 3 weeks. My team's been talking to him for 3 weeks. He was ready to get on board, but then what happened was Friday was coming around, he got paid, and he had to pay rent. Right? We easily could have been like, all right, whatever, this guy's not serious. But we maintained the relationship. We kept the value going. If you notice on the call, he's talking how we still communicated with him. And then Friday came around again, he still wasn't able to pay. That's 2 weeks in a row, right? So did we stop talking to him? No, we kept talking to him. And now he's actually at that point. We talked a little bit earlier, probably a day earlier, and he's like, I think I'm really ready to make this thing happen. So let's talk about like why people are actually afraid of prospecting, right? I really like this quote, okay? This is all you have. It's not a dry run. It's your life. If you want to fritter away with your fears, and you'll fritter away with it, but you won't get it back. It's not going to happen. It's so essential that you learn these things. And a lot of times what we fear is not even real. It's totally made up. I'll let you guys take a photo of that really quick. Is there a way I can check my time, see if I want to make sure that?
Do you want me to give you a 5?
Yeah, just keep it be 5s. All right, so.
6 in.
Okay. Oh, nope. Wait for it. We go back one. So this is a photo of me and my friend Peter 3 years ago. He's dressed in a horse costume because he's just weird. This is back when I was in school in Hawaii. And we made this bet, basically, that if I forget what he had to do, but it was that we would go skydiving on his 21st birthday. I did not think that he was going to follow through with this at all. At all. And lo and behold, it's the day before his birthday, and he had bought skydiving tickets. Like for me, a few of my friends, and him. So I'm sitting there like, yeah, let's do it. All right, and I'm all excited, I'm hyped. The night before, I was terrified. I remember going to bed. I just talked to all my friends. We're all excited about it. And then I go into my room, I lay down, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm jumping out of a plane. What is going to happen? So the whole night, I barely slept. I woke up the next morning. I remember we're getting ready to leave, and I see him just come out in a horse costume. I'm just like, all right. And I realized something. I realized no matter what happens that day, I'm going to jump out of a plane. I couldn't control that. I was going to fall out of an airplane that day. I couldn't control that, but here's something I could control. From when I woke up to when I actually fell out of the plane, I could control how I was going to feel. If I was going to fall out of the plane no matter what, I didn't want to feel nervous and worried and anxious and intimidated and scared. Like I'm still falling out of a plane. That sucks. I wanted to enjoy the process. And so what I decided was, all right, so for the next 2-3 hours until we actually get there, I'm just going to enjoy myself. And I actually was able to do that. The ride there to North Shore was fantastic. We met all the people. The person I actually jumped out the plane with was like 5'6", 110 pounds. I'm like, how many times have you done this? He's like, a couple. He just wouldn't break character. But I didn't feel anxious. And even after I landed, I landed bare feet. It was awesome, touched the ground. And I just did it, and it was fun. And I look back on it, and I realized if I was able to change my attitude from the beginning, the whole process was way more fun. And that's what I want you to see in prospecting. Prospecting isn't something where it's like, hey guys, let's all go prospect. It's like, yo, let's go play volleyball at the beach. Let's go just meet some new people. Let's go hang out. It's who you become. If you're intimidated prospecting, it's because you have not enough confidence in yourself yet to reject the opportunity or service you're trying to provide for someone. So it's actually an inner challenge that you're going to have to face. So, a lot of people, they want to take an opportunity, and the opportunities are right in front of their face, and they just don't have the courage to get up and take an opportunity. And it's crazy how many people here hyped up, they're excited, but as soon as you say get on stage or stand up or really step up and step out, they don't do it. So, I'm just trying to figure out who's willing to just take an opportunity. Who could just stand up and take an opportunity. Who's willing to just really come up here? All right, give her a round of applause. Give her a round of applause. You see what we're hinting here? $20 richer because you just took an opportunity right there. My point with that, obviously, is that you're going to be able to prospect people all the time, and 9 times out of 10, the people you're too afraid to talk to are the ones that are going to absolutely destroy your business. And sometimes they're looking for something new, and they just need to hear it maybe 2, 3, 4 times. All right, so know your market. Let's talk about our market really quickly, all right? People you haven't talked to for a really long time, but you know them, okay? We have people that you barely know at all. Right? Maybe it's that mutual friend, someone you know from someone else. Maybe your mutual friends on Facebook. You see them at an occasional party. People you've never met before. Right? And so out of these different types of people, you can kind of approach each one a little bit differently. I'm going to break in and kind of dive into how you can do that with each group. All right? So let's start with people that you know. Okay? If you really know them, you have to be transparent, in my opinion. And what I mean if you really know them, I mean if it's someone you actually have a good relationship with, they know you're getting started with something like Vima, you know, they probably are expecting a call, you gotta level with them. You have to. And the reason why is because if you feel like, if they get the impression that you're trying to just get something out of them or get them on an auto delivery, they know you. Like, they know who you are. It's not gonna be one of those situations where they're like, on the phone, listen to what you're saying. It's like, bro, you were at my house yesterday. Like, why are you talking to me like this? So you have to be very transparent. And with transparency, it's really important to make sure you talk about the attributes that they already have because you know them so well, right? And there's a few words that I like to use as well. I like to express maybe how articulate someone is, that they're maybe someone of influence. They're just a natural leader. Maybe they have that spark. They just have that thing that they can walk into a room with their chin up, their chest high, and people look at them. They follow them. When you blow someone's ego up like that, that you already know, you don't need to do it too much, right? Because if it's your best friend, you're just complimenting them all day. They're like, dude, shut up. What are you talking about? But if you let them know, like, look, man, I'm going to be real with you. You have a lot of skills. And honestly, I think you got 90% of what it takes in this business, and the people I know can teach you the other 10. Because you've one up them. You have something that they want potentially, but even if they don't know yet, and that thing is the upline you're connected to, right? Because when you join this industry, you join through someone, all right? They're joining someone, you're joining someone. So you have to basically let them understand, all right, I have some compliments to use. So articulate, influential, maybe a servant, someone that's always willing to help someone else, compassionate, great intentions, always looking for the best in people, warm-hearted. I mean, you guys can go to Hallmark and look at greeting cards if you really need to find out how to compliment someone. Outgoing, communicative. So, let's talk about number 3, okay? This is your little, your piece of, this is your advantage, if you will, all right? When it's someone that you're really close with, you gotta leverage like, dude, I've met some people, man. I know we're close friends and we have the same inner circle, but I've met some very influential people, very powerful people that can take you out of the situation that you're in. Like that guy. He's been working with Coca-Cola. He's 29, has 2 kids. All right? He does 10-hour days sometimes, $20 an hour, and he's just over it. So I need to be able to express to him how what we can offer him can get him out of his current situation. And if I just say, oh, the thing I have for you I think can really get you out of your job, it's not going to touch his heart. What job is it? Where do I work? How many hours? Do I like it? Right? What value do I have in the marketplace? And so when you can leverage that you have a collection of upline that he doesn't know yet, it can be really powerful. Your job is to step out and take the upline and this person, combine them, and then you shut up. And you let those people do a lot of the work for people that you know already, that you have a relationship with. Because sometimes they just don't want to hear it from you. So people you haven't talked with lately. It's pretty much the same formula as what we just went through. But you're going to do a few exposures beforehand. You're going to catch up with them and see how you've been. Just talk with them, right? Go do mini golf, right, with your girlfriend and his girlfriend, or her boyfriend and your boyfriend. Go play basketball. Go hit them up and be like, yo, we should all go see a movie. I haven't talked to you for a while. Go send them a funny YouTube video of a cat playing piano on Facebook. Do something that drips who you are into their head. So you pop up. And then maybe 4 or 5 days later, again and again and again, especially if there's someone of influence who you haven't talked to for a while, you can't just hit them out of the blue and just be like, hey, dude, I really want to talk to you about this. You slowly drip on it, and lo and behold, they're subconsciously going to start seeing your posts, liking what you have on Facebook, kind of looking at the stuff you're doing, and vicariously, maybe through social media, they'll see you've gotten involved in something. You're dabbling in something that can be pretty powerful. Okay? So, that being said, it's kind of the same formula. Then once you're able to really connect with them, same thing, you compliment them, you're transparent to them. You get on the phone, you're just absolutely real, and you plug in, dude, I know some powerful people. It doesn't matter if your upline is bronze. The powerful people, they're invisible, right? You can edify the powerful people like they're, Kanye West, right? Dude, I met some really crazy people. You gotta meet these people. It doesn't matter. It's how you explain who those people are. Okay, so people you barely know, people you haven't met. It's so funny how people get so intimidated meeting new people, right? You have to do something at first to just spark interest. This is what you call like cold marketing, cold prospecting. You go to the beach and you're trying to find people to talk to. Dude, people can sniff out someone just looking for people to meet for an opportunity. You're at like Venice Beach and you're just kind of walking around. Dude, people are gonna start. Someone's gonna call the cops on you if you're just like, can't do that. Like, this is weird. An intro sentence breaks the ice. Oh, those are 6 shoes. Where'd you get those? Now they're communicating with you. You basically validated, they've approved that it's okay. You have a level of trust, right? I mean, it could be as simple as just like, well, not obviously like staring at them for a while, but if you see someone, you literally could just be like, oh, that's a nice shirt, man. Some type of brief compliment. Ask them the question, hey, do you know where I can get to blank, blank, blank? Whatever it is, it's just something that allows them to now enter a form of communication with you. If you just cold out of the blue, just be like, hey, man, how are you? It's like, I don't know, I'm better than you because I don't need to go ask random people how they're doing. You know what I mean? You have to do something. You have to do something that first then signals, okay, I'm going to engage in communication. Once the communication begins, form is really, really powerful. Write this down if you don't know what it is. Form is F, which stands for where are you from. O is occupation. All right, what do you do for a living? R is recreation. What do you do for fun? And M is what motivates you. But here's what's really funny about form. I have some people be like, I know form. So when they're talking to someone they meet, they're like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Chicago. What do you do? I play hockey. Cool. What do you do for fun? I play hockey. What motivates you? That's not a human conversation. Like, you're like, I gotta remember form, okay? No, you have to tie them back into each other, so you're actually recalling. I call it basically recall. So if I'm like, hey, where are you from, man?
Mexico.
You from Mexico? Whoa, that's gnarly. And then I'm going to talk to you about someone I know in Mexico. I'm talking about a time I went to Mexico. So what do you do in Mexico?
Well, I studied there. I built my business there.
So now what do I start talking about? I start talking about studying. Right? I start talking about business. It gives me a few cues. So maybe I'll ask them a few more questions about studying, about business. And then I'll lead into, so what do you do for fun when you're not studying all day in Mexico? See how different that sounds than just, what do you do for fun? I'm recalling what he just previously told me in that same conversation. So what do you do for fun when you're not studying in Mexico?
Well, I play soccer, I go to the gym.
Great. So now I know that he plays soccer, he goes to the gym, so he's athletic, he's fit, he probably has some goals in a fitness level. And now I can transition to, so, is that what motivates you? Playing soccer all day, going to the gym, fitness? Is that what motivates you in Mexico when you're not in school studying? You see how you call back on each one? So, once again, like I said, it's a philosophy. It's a skill. You don't get skills overnight. You 10,000 hours at like Malcolm Gladwell. It's going to happen on a long, long time basis. So then, just get their contact information. You're not trying to close a deal on the spot. All right? We're not the wolves on Wall Street. Be a puppy dog at the beginning. But for real, honestly, my goal from him is just to get his contact info. And if I'm like, yeah, man, we should connect sometime. What? But if I'm like, oh, that's sick, well, what? Let's connect sometime. Let's talk business. You got a Facebook or something? But I'm never going to just give my info to him. Because what's he not going to do? He's not going to call me. Not at all. No. But if I get his info, he doesn't have a choice. I call him. Right? So people, they get too afraid. So imagine liberating yourself, realizing that I can just go out, meet people, and just get their contact info. So here's some hooks, right? If they want to ask questions, what do you do? I make a little bit extra money on the side. Your demeanor, define your demeanor. I make some money flipping energy drinks. Like, is this illegal? Like, come on now. So I make an extra money. I'm marketing sports drinks. I do social media for health and wellness products. There's words you can use, special words. So making a little extra money, marketing sports drinks, right? I work from home online. I promote different types of products. I make money on the internet. I remember before I got into BEAM, I was snowboarding, I was on a ski lift. Someone told me to make money on the internet. And I was like, people can do that? A lot of people have no idea you really can make money on the internet in the 21st century. It blows their mind. And if you're out there, some of you YPR, if you're a younger guy, it's like, yeah, I make money on the internet, man. Your job is to create curiosity. It's the number one sales point, to make people curious. The mystery is what people want to get involved with. So now that you've, like I said last slide, we liberated ourselves. No, we don't need to go explain everything on the spot, right? We're just trying to get their contact info. So let's look at this for a second, right? If I was talking to someone, they finally ask me more, they ask more, and I need to give them an answer. And I go, I recently stumbled across some professional business people who specialize in how to make additional streams of cash flow on the side of what we already do. I'm not sure if it's something that will be for you. It might be up your alley, but maybe not. I'll give you a call for the next couple of days. It's not going to work. And you're seeing that, like, what do you mean that quote's on there? What are you talking about? And the reason why I say this is because if I go up to someone and we're talking, then they ask me a question, and in my mind, I consciously think, all right, I need to cue in that sentence I tried to memorize. I'm going to be like looking at them, I'm going to be looking away, I'm going to be talking, it's not going to work. But if I break down what I'm really trying to say here, right? So first sentence, I recently stumbled across professional business people who specialize in how to make additional streams of cash flow on the side of what we already do. I'm not telling you to say that word for word. Okay? I'm telling you to evaluate that. So what did you do? You stumbled across professional business people. So maybe, I recently met a lot of really influential people, some very powerful people around my age. Right? It's a little bit more natural, a little bit more flowing, right? And these people, they specialize in making a lot of extra cash flow part-time. They know how to make a lot of money on the internet, doing what people already do on a daily basis, right? So now it transitions, and it's like, and I'm networking with them. It may be for you. It might not. It may be for you. But how about this? I'll give you a call in a few days. Sound fair enough? Sound fair enough is really, really powerful. I don't know if anyone knows Jordan Belfort, but yeah. But so when people give you sentences like this, just in professionals in the industry, when they give you stuff like that, you don't need to go write it word for word and memorize it. These are concepts that then you're going to apply your skills, your talents into and figure out what works. Kind of figure in the middle what flows. But the main thing about that example is you want an example sentence that makes you really powerful, that makes you feel like you can go to anyone, and once they're actually ready to ask your question, you've subconsciously memorized what you say in a sentence so it flows into a normal conversation. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah, it's very, very powerful. It's really important. So the follow-up, right? So from the way you came across, I would love to sit down with you and share with you more about what we do. So you give only 2 days availability and you sound busy. You're free all day. They don't want to talk to you. It's like, dude, I can talk to you at 3 a.m. if you want. It's like, why? What? No, I don't want to talk to you at 3 a.m. So the whole point of a 2-day follow-up is that the idea, and this is so important, is that you're doing this with like 50 people at the same time. So for example, this call, this person, my 11:45 breakout, I have another prospect locked in with an affiliate pack that I'm doing with that call too, named Wesley. And so he's plugging in and he's calling me around 11:45. And it's because I have multiple people that I'm following up with, that I'm dripping, that I'm going through with, that I'm giving exposures to on a daily basis. Fact, 3 minutes left. Woo! Okay, fact, 12 exposures normally is what enrolls someone in the business. Not a lot. So, exposure, 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 exposure. As many as possible. So, it's about dripping the idea over and over and over and over again. What's going to get them to buy and then actually build the business when they get involved is knowing that they have a whole group of people to surround themselves with. So, idea is to have the prospect talk a lot more than you do. Okay? When you show them a tool, when you show them something, the idea is to create a whole group of questions. And the reason why is because you're going to be able to allow them to subconsciously close themselves. If they're talking the whole time, and then you answer, and you answer, and you answer occasionally, they're validating their decision to buy products. It's allowing them to be like, oh wow, I want to get in the system, I want to do this, without you talking the whole time. Because if you're the one talking the whole time, you're validating their decision. And no one wants to have someone else validate their own decision to buy, especially in sales. They have to subconsciously validate themselves. So the questions will then cue curiosity. So, where do we go from here? Right? So where do we go from here? All right, the next step is, let's get you in the system. Okay? Choosing what product you want, hook me for your website. So, the way this will work is like, hey, let's just get you in the system and figure out what products you want. We'll hook you up with a free website and app. We'll just get busy helping you make some money. Does that sound fair enough? Right? Not, we'll get you in the system, we'll choose a product you want, flow it all together. Another thing that I do is after, besides, so where do we go from here? If I'm asking questions, I'll go, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you're not ready, where are you at right now? Whatever number they say, I go, okay, so why didn't you choose a lower number? Think about that for a second. So they say 7, like, oh, okay, so why did you choose a lower number? Now what they have to do, they have to validate why they didn't choose a lower number. Oh, well, you know, the products do sound pretty good. I could use some extra money. Could make sense. So once again, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not ready, 10 being ready right now, where are you currently at? Whatever number they say, oh, okay, that makes sense. So why didn't you choose a lower one? Now you sit back. Now they validate the decision. Great, so where do we go from here? And conviction and confidence. See? Okay, so this is my last slide. So you gotta shut the hell up and give them a computer sometimes. I'm not kidding, guys. To up your closing ratio, pass them a laptop, and conviction and certainty. All right? People want to follow people that know where they're going. More importantly, have people they're leading as well. Because it shows they know what they're doing. They've already gotten results. Yep. So it's like, I would not involve myself with something unless I was 100% certain with conviction that it was going to work. And you trust me, right? We have that relationship. And so that's the whole point. In the end, there's feelings, there's emotions, it's an unspoken consciousness between you and the individual that's going to help validate that. So allowing them to talk, letting them speak, making it not awkward, letting them talk more than you, developing into the person that you want to be will require you asking questions about who they are. So consider the possibility that your skills in prospecting you actually already have, but the only reason you haven't actually manifested that into more auto deliveries in your business is because you haven't chipped away at the subconscious programming that you've been raised with for the last 18 years. Okay? So actually learning more about who you are and chipping away some of that stuff, some of those, conscious, scared ideas of what they think about you, those movies you play in your head, the more you chip that away, the more you can develop into the person you want to be, which is then going to result in you actually providing value for each individual. And then not, signing up and then they quit in a week. They'll sign up ready to rock and roll. That guy has about 12 people that he works with. He's already talked to. He texted me a few days ago. He was like, I already talked to someone about an affiliate pack they want to lock in too. So that's one person. That's an affiliate pack. 1155 is an affiliate pack. 2 and go. Right? Think about that though. So if you're doing that with 17 people, 20 people, guys, I don't think you understand the last 3 years, our ability to reinvent the wheel has changed now. We're not needing to reinvent the wheel. Vima does it for us. So that's all I have. I might have ran over a little bit. I'm sorry about that, guys. But I'm going to let Michelle Barnes come in here and absolutely rip it up, guys. She has 35 yards, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Another huge round of applause.
Thank you.
So am I on?
You're on.
All righty. Wow, what a crowd, man. You guys rock. All right, guys, we're going to cruise through this. We've got so much information. I'm so glad that Darik literally set me up perfectly. And I always say repetition is the mother of all learning. So you might hear a couple things the same. That's obvious, when it comes to prospecting. If you're good at prospecting, you're probably doing a lot of the same things, but maybe a little bit different personality types, okay? So we're going to crank through this and have some fun. Uh-oh.
Towards the computer, remember?
Towards the computer. All right, here we go. The biggest thing, guys, is what is your why? You got to remember what your why is, especially when you're recruiting, okay? Because sometimes you're going to get frustrated. There's a picture of my why. I just threw that up there because I love their t-shirts. It says, "Earn the title legend." How do you guys like that, right? Talk about YPR, okay? All right. This thing is going to drive me nuts. All right, here we go. I love this. Darren Hardy put this up, and he said, how many of you have ever gotten burnt out in this business? Yeah, okay? But look we don't get burned out by what we do. We only get burned out when we forget why we're doing it. Okay, so think about that. Okay? Think about that. Why did you get started in this business? When the going gets tough, the tough's got to get going, okay? My 3 golden rules are get excited, stay plugged in, and never quit. Those are my 3 golden rules. Get excited. Nobody wants to work with someone that's not, and you got to stay plugged in, guys. It's a campfire effect. The fact that you're here, give yourselves a huge round of applause, okay? Because there's a lot of people, we all know, we all have people that should be here this weekend who aren't. And it's a campfire effect. The further you are away from the flame, the colder it gets. Stay plugged in, stay connected, and never quit. Quitting can't be an option, man. You gotta stick your stake in the sand, and you've gotta be that rock. You can't let anything move you. You've gotta be unshakable, unmovable, and that's it. Nothing can shake you from where you're going. You've just gotta keep your eye on the prize the entire time. Got it? Cool. There's no such thing as being too busy. If you really want something, you'll make time for it. That said, recruiting solves all problems. I'm not going to go back. That's why you're here, guys. Prospecting is everything. Recruiting solves all problems. If anyone's ever in a funk, I'm like, if you just go recruit somebody, you're not going to be in a funk anymore. Okay? Energy is everything. And when you go find a new person, so you got to change your crappy attitude in order to go find the new person, right? So sometimes it's hard, but is it a choice? Yeah, it's totally a choice. If you're not enrolling, it's always one of these three things. Okay? So it's either your list, okay, or it's your invitation, okay? Maybe you've got a list, and maybe you've been inviting, but nobody's showing up. Well, that means your invitation sucks. So that's where we need to work on things, okay? Or it's the presentation. Maybe you're inviting a lot of people, and maybe they're showing up, but maybe they're still not signing up. That means what? The presentation sucks, okay? So then we got to work on that. So we know that if we're not enrolling, it's always one of these three things. All right, so you're going to make a huge list, guys. Here's the thing. You hear Rory talk about posers, amateurs, and professionals, yes? What are you choosing to be from here on out? A professional. Posers, they make a mental list of 4 to 5 people. 80% never develop the necessary skills. 8 out of 10 people, guys, in network marketing never develop the proper skills to invite and to get people to come see their business, okay? Amateurs, they may do their 100 names list and they're all excited. You know, how many of you know those people? I got my names list. And they're going on there like barfing all over everybody, right? They're like Vima vomiting. They're talking about vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, and aloe vera, 65 trace, ultra trace, plant source, ionic minerals, you know, and the people are like, whoa, right? Okay? So those are your amateurs. They haven't gotten the skills. Professionals get good at finding people and they get good at inviting people, okay? They get good at finding people and they get good at inviting people. That's what you've got to get good at, guys. That's what this business is all about. And professionals never worry about running out of people. In 19 years of doing network marketing full-time, guys, I have never run out of warm market. All cold market is warm market you haven't met yet. So I never, ever run out of warm market, ever, okay? When somebody says that to me, I know they're an amateur or a poser. That's what I know, okay? All right. So your list, who do you put on it? You put everyone, guys. Purge your entire brain of everyone you know to make room for people that you don't know, okay? Don't prejudge. The people you think will, won't. The people that you think won't, will. That's the reality of it. So you just got to ask them all, okay? 6 Degrees of Separation. How many of you read the book, The Power of Who? Awesome, awesome book, guys. I think 2 people have read it in the whole crowd. Get the book. It's Bob Boudin or something like that. Awesome, awesome book. 6 Degrees of Separation, guys. Everyone that you need to know to make your dreams come true, you already know. Because somebody you know is going to know someone who knows 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 someone that's going to make you rich. But are you willing to dig that deep? My question is, who do you know? 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 Because if I do that enough going down, I can get a 2 to bring me a 3, who'll bring me a 4, who'll bring me a 5, who'll bring me a 6, who'll bring me a 7, who'll bring me an 8, who'll bring me a 9, who'll bring me a 10. Okay? That's the craziest thing about this business. So be consistently adding new people to your list every single day. Think about it. If you just held yourself accountable to meet 2 new people, whether it's on social media or out in person somewhere, if you added 2 new people to your list per day, look at that. Just 6 days a week, that's over 600 people added to your list in 1 year. In 5 years, that's over 3,000 people. Just adding 2 new people a day. Harvey McKay, great book, something about the sharks. What is it? Never mind. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so Harvey McKay's dad told him the day he turned 18, he said, I want you to make a list of every single person you meet from here on out for the rest of your life, and I want you to find a way to keep in touch with them. Every single person you come into contact with from age 18 on, I want you to add them to your list and find a way to stay in touch with them. And that's what Friends First is all about, guys. Friends first, man. You know what? I meet people every day, all the time. It doesn't mean I jump down their throat with both feet the second I meet them about my business. I get to know them. I build a relationship. I might find out through that relationship that I don't want them. Okay? You don't have to recruit everyone. What did Les Brown say? OQP, right? Only quality people. Now, don't prejudge because, you know, a dud can lead you to a stud, okay? But remember, friends first. Build the relationships. They will eventually, through form, like Darik was talking about, through form, they'll eventually open the door for you to walk right through. They're going to be looking for something, whether it's energy or to lose weight or to make some extra money or spend more time with their kids or pay for college or whatever it is, get out of debt. They're going to open the door for you to walk right through, okay? So a couple books I want to recommend is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Read the first 3 chapters 3 times. It'll change your freaking life, okay? I had a mentor that told me that when I was 23 years old. I made $102,000 my first year in this business because I was psychotic. Okay? Most people will not be willing to do what I did. I talked to 10 people. I booked 10 people a day to look at this business every single day. Monday through Sunday. I mean, every Sunday through Sunday, 7 days a week. Okay? I was psycho, but you know what? I was sick and tired of being broke. I had a big why. First of all, my why when I first started was to shove it up everyone's you-know-what that told me I couldn't do it. Because I had so many naysayers and so many people like, oh my God, you're quitting law school to sell vitamins, you're stupid, those things never work, you're going to go to jail. I'm like, jail? I mean, it's crazy, right? You hear all kinds of crap. So they were my motivation. Those people were my why in the beginning. And then my why was to retire my mom. Now my why is my kids and you guys. Every single one of you, whether you're in my team or not, because you know what? A rising tide raises all ships. I want every single one of you to be in the top money earners in this company. Why? All right, guys, we've been talking a lot about to and go. It's simple and it's duplicatable, guys. Get this down. I'll make these slides available somehow, some way. You guys can take pictures for sure, but we'll figure out a way to get these slides to you too, because I know I go fast. All right, so this is one of my favorite questions I ask people. Every single person I meet, I go, who are the 2 sharpest people you know? Who are well-connected and who have great relationships with everyone around them? Because how many you know someone that's like that person, man? Man, they've got energy for days. They know everybody. Everybody loves them. They're the life of the party. They're sharp. They're leaders. They're total freaking captains, yes? Okay, there's captains and Hanks. We know those, we know captains. We all know captains. Everyone you know knows a couple captains. So what if you're finding out who the 2 sharpest people they know are the day they get their business started? Who are the 2 sharpest people you know? What if you help them contact those people and teach them to invite them properly? All they need is 2 good ones to get started, right? One on their left, one on their right. Boom, they're bronze. And if there are 2 people on a scale of 1 to 10, these people are 8s, 9s, and 10s, and you help them, or you find a leader in your upline to help them, how quickly is your group going to grow? And you recruit who you are. So if they're 8s, 9s, and 10s, they're going to recruit more what? 8s, 9s, and 10s. You're not limited to 2 guys, obviously. Most elites have anywhere from 25 to 60 plus personally enrolled. I personally enrolled 417 people in VEMA, and that's all warm market. No leads, no ads, no nothing like that. 417 people. Today, about 30 to 40 of them are still with me, and it's turned into about 30,000. Now, not all of those are active, you know, but here's the reality, guys. Are you willing to enroll 417 people to get 30 good ones who bring you thousands of amazing people who drink this product every day and ask people to just take a look at the opportunity? Okay, we'll see. We all do 3 things, guys. We use the products. That's easy. That takes up no time. I know the majority of you are probably doing this business part-time, and that's how this business is designed to be built on a part-time basis until you're making more money here than you are at your job or whatever. Then you can, you know, kiss it goodbye and fire your boss and say peace out. But we all use the products, right? So we all use the products. You can do that while you exist. We all recommend the products, okay? We use the products, we recommend the products. That's another thing that takes up no time. The next thing we do is we invite people to just take a look. To just take a look at this business. Hey, I want you to just take a look at this. If it's for you, great. If not, great. The guy that I met with, I almost walked out of my first meeting. I was so skeptical. I saw products in the corner. I almost turned around and walked out. I was like, oh, God, here we go again. Some of these deals, Amway, you know, Mary Kay, Shockwave, blah. You know, so I was getting ready to walk out. It was an ego thing. I was like, I'm going to be an attorney. I'm not going to be a vitamin lady. This is stupid. Okay? It was a big ego thing. I was broke. I had 3 jobs. Life was not that fabulous. Okay? So I had a really huge ego and a little tiny bank account, and I was $80,000 in debt, waiting tables and bartending, because I was making more money doing that than I could with my degree. Okay? How many people do you know doing that, right? It's crazy, you guys. But when I met with that guy, this is the gateway skill, guys, just to invite properly. Okay? The guy that I met with, he said, look, how do you know it's not for you? And he said, look, just spend an hour with me. If it's for you, great. If not, great. I tell my friends all the time, if it's for you, great. If not, great. I say it with the products. Hey, try the products. If they're for you, great. If not, great. Come just take a look at this business. If it's for you, great. If not, great. That takes down that barrier. And sometimes they go, okay, fine, I'll give you an hour just to get you off my back. Okay. I love that one. All right, the invitation process, guys. There's 4 keys to inviting, and these are the emotions of inviting. The first thing is you got to emotionally detach yourself from the outcome. Are no's inevitable? Yes, then why the hell do you let it bother you? If no's are inevitable, why do you let it bother you? You're going to get no's. Okay? What if you had to go through 1,000 no's to find Darik Alexander? How many of you would pay less attention to the no's? How would you be a little less emotionally involved with their answer? Yeah, if you had to go through 1,000 no's to get to Darik Alexander, you'd be like, please say no, please say no, please say no, please say no. Right? Okay? So that's what you got to do. All right. Be confident, guys. Posture is everything. When we say fake it till you make it, we're not saying go buy a BMW and a Rolex and act all cool and stuff. We're saying fake it till you make it here. Walk like the person you want to become. Talk like them. You know, if you were making $10,000 a month, how would you act? You got to be bold. You got to have a posture that you are going. You know where you're going. I'm going with or without you. You've got to have that posture, guys, okay? Stop apologizing for this business. This business rocks. If you're apologizing for network marketing, work on your belief about this profession and then go invite. Okay? Watch Rise the documentary and then go invite. Get around some of the leaders that rock this thing and then go invite. Okay? Be enthusiastic, guys. I mean, you know, we always say that people love to be, energy is caught, not taught. Okay? Energy is caught, not taught. That energy is everything. People want to follow someone who's excited. And be yourself. Okay? Speak from the heart. Just, okay, cool. You get what you ask for, okay? So many people in my team and other people's teams and stuff, they go, God, Michelle, you know, I get a lot of people on our products, but I don't have any business builders. You know, I just cannot enroll people to do the business. I don't have anyone that wants to run in the business. And I know right away that they're vitamin salespeople. They're energy drink salespeople. You get what you ask for. If you ask for people to try the product, that's all they're going to do is try your product. If you ask them to just take a look at your opportunity, if you ask them to take a look at the business, they're going to take a look at the business and then they decide whether it's for them or not. It's very simple. Okay, these are the 2 things that I hear the most from a new person. I bet you the majority of you in this room have probably said it before. I'm just not salesy. How many of you have heard that before? How many of you have heard this one? I just don't want my friends and family to think I'm just trying to make money off them. How many of you have heard that before? Well, when you're a vitamin pusher, you're doing the exact 2 things you didn't want to do. You're being salesy and you're making money off them. So introduce them to the opportunity so they can get their product for free and make some money, okay? It'll take that pressure right off. All right. I know we're cranking, guys. Okay. Here you go. Be in a hurry, guys. That's the first thing you got to do. You know, like Darik was awesome with that. Give him a sincere compliment, okay? Sincere compliments go a long way. The reason for my call is just get to the point. If you haven't talked to someone in 2 years, don't call and, oh, how's the family, how's the kids, oh, by the way, whoosh, I'd like you to take a look at my opportunity. Like, that's creepy, okay? Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it. So be straight up right away. Hey, the reason for my call is I started a business on the side that I'm really freaking excited about. And you know what? I thought of you because you're super sharp. You know, you've been successful at everything you've ever done, and I just think you would absolutely kill this thing. Would you be willing to take a look at this? Okay? Would you be willing to just take a look? That's when you use a tool, you use an event, or you use your upline. Okay? Don't use your mouth. Okay? It's an invitation, not a presentation. Okay? It's an invitation, not a presentation. Okay? Don't start answering their questions like Darik said. Would you be willing to? And then, come on, baby. And then if it's for you, great. If not, great. Bless you. Nothing to sneeze at, my friend. All right. So here's the thing. You're either a farmer or you're a hunter, man. And when you're new in the business, man, you're going out with an Uzi and you're just like blowing everybody out of the water, right? Be a farmer. Plant some seeds, okay? Plant some seeds. Nurture the seeds. You know, the fortune's in the follow-up. Don't take your Uzi out there. You know, no wonder your friends are running from you. No wonder they see you coming, they're like, oh shit, it's a vitamin lady. Don't be that person, okay? Here's my #1 rule. Don't be a freaking weirdo. Okay? When it comes to recruiting, don't be a weirdo. You know, your friends, if all of a sudden you're Mr. Businessman and last week you were puking in the alley and he was holding your hair or whatever, I mean, they're probably not going to have a lot of credibility there. Okay? Just don't be a weirdo. Or if you call somebody and you start fire hosing them without 2 legs and 1,000,000 levels deep infinity and vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, and I mean, seriously, just plant the seed. It's an invitation, not a presentation. Don't be a weirdo. All right. If they feel like you need them, they won't show up. Okay? If they feel they need you, they will. Okay? Oh, this business is a lot like dating. Ladies, when a guy calls you 14 times in one day after you just met him, how attractive is that? Probably not, right? Like, hey, did you guys ever see the movie Cable Guy? How many of you ever saw that a long time ago? With Jim Carrey? Cable Guy. You know what I mean? Like, don't be a weirdo, all right? They've got to feel like you've got something to offer them. That's why you've got to get to know them more, and in order to do that, whoops, can we go back one? Because I don't know how. Oh, now forward one. All right. Oh, geez, back one. There, stop. All right. So what you got to do in order to get them to come take a look at this, you've got to raise the value. Okay? People will come up with time and money for the things that they find valuable enough to come up with time and money for. Time and money are never an issue. It's only a measure of value. Okay? Because if someone says, oh, I don't have $600 to buy my builder pack, I bet you anything if I held up my Mercedes keys and said, if you go get $600 by tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, you can have these Mercedes keys to my $85,000 car. Do you think I'd come up with $600 by tomorrow morning? How many would come up with $600 by tomorrow morning? See? So it's just a measure of value. All right? So they're thinking, in their brain, they're thinking, what's in it for me? Why should I come take a look at this business? They don't care what's in it for you. And if you have dollar signs written on your forehead and you're a freak weirdo when you're recruiting and you're like, oh, please sign up so I can eat a taco today. They're not gonna do this business, okay? All right, so form, like Darik said, you gotta ask questions. I say family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. You know, I love Darik said, where are you from? Same thing. Family, background, whatever. How many kids you got? Whatever. I cheat, I write notes. If I'm on the phone with somebody and I'm just meeting them over the phone, I write all kinds of things about them. I find out their kids' names. I find out where they're from. I find out what they do, what they love about it, what they hate about it, because then I've got right there, I can hand this business to them on a silver platter. If they hate the fact that they work so many hours and they never get to see their family, those are the exact reasons why I'm going to introduce them to this opportunity. Okay, so that comes with time, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get, but you've got to find those hot buttons in order to bring them into the business properly and get them to see what you see. Okay? In the beginning, make up in numbers what you lack in skill. When I started at 23 in this business, I sucked. Okay? I was so bad. I was so bad at recruiting. I was just bad. I would fire hose the heck out of everybody. But I had a mentor that said, if you book 10 people a day to take a look at this business, okay, if you book 10 people a day, you'll make 10 grand a month. So I said, done and done. I said, at 23 years old, I said, I am going to talk to 10 people a day about this opportunity. I'm going to book 10 people a day to take a look at something, a tool, an event, or connect to my upline. I'm going to book 10 a day to make 10 grand a month. That was something I have control over. Your recruiting numbers, guys, you have control over that. You don't have control over whether somebody says yes or no, thanks. You don't have control over that. So I talked to 10 people a day, and I made $102,000 my first year. But I was psychotic about talking to 10 a day. I didn't care whether they said yes or no, I just talked to 10 a day. And guess what? When you talk to your 1,000th person, are you going to be better than when you talk to your 10? Yes. I made up in numbers what I lacked in skill. Those 10,000 hours to become an expert, just give me 20 freaking hours of really talking to new people. And you'll be amazed at what happens. Yeah, they say 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything, okay? But if I'm talking to 10 a day, am I going to get better before someone who talks to 10 a month? Yep. Or 10 a year? Yep. Yeah. So you have control over this, okay? All right, come on. All right, guys, here's your daily method of operation, your DMO. At least 2 exposures a day. I realize a lot of you are part-time. At least 2 people a day minimum. Income-producing activity is what you're doing right now making you money. Chrissy's probably laughing. I used to put stickies. Here's Presidential Elite Leader Chrissy Garina. Give her a hand. We worked in another business together. And so she was a little sunny and liked to socialize a little too much, and it used to make me crazy. So I used to go put a sticky note on her phone, is what I'm doing right now making me money. So if that's you, put a sticky note on your desk or wherever, in your car, is what I'm doing right now making me money. IPA, income producing activity, that's time spent talking to a prospect or someone in your team's prospect. That's income producing activity, guys. So here's the thing, are you being productive or are you being active? There's a big difference between productivity and activity. You know, rearranging your files and organizing your names list and alphabetizing your names list, getting ready to get ready, aggressively getting ready to get ready. How many of you have been aggressively getting ready to get ready? Just do it, okay? I love this. And schedule it in, guys. If you don't schedule it, it won't happen. I'm a total time Nazi because I'm a single mom with 2 kids. They're 4 and 6, and they're freaking nuts. And I've got thousands of people in my team and thousands of people that aren't in my team that I'm trying to help every single day. And plus, I need to work out, and I got to do all this stuff. My life is freaking crazy. If you don't book it, it's not going to happen. For those of you who have full-time jobs and stuff, you've got to schedule this in. You've got to make it a priority. I love this quote. Do the thing, and you shall have the power. So what are you inviting them to? To watch a video, to listen to a call, to a 3-way call, a one-on-one, 2-on-1 with an expert, a private business reception, or a home event. You're inviting them to an online event. You're inviting them to a hotel event, or you're inviting them to a convention. That's what you're inviting them to. It's an invitation, not a presentation. Okay? The edification promotion. This is everything, guys. The person who edifies the most makes the most. The person who promotes the most makes the most. I was a freaking promoter, man. I was a freaking body dragger. Okay? I put more butts in the seats. The more butts you put in the seats at events, the more money you're going to make. Bottom line. And I was a total body dragger. I didn't care what I do. I just get in my car. They said, if you pick them up, they'll show up. So I shoved them all in my little black Geo Metro that had no air conditioning and no radio, and we were going. All right? It was crazy. But I edified the heck out of my expert, and when you edify someone above you, you're introducing your person to that expert because they have the respect and credibility you don't yet. That's why you've got to use your expert, and then you zip it. Okay? And you let your expert do the talking. Otherwise, if you open your mouth, you just de-edified your expert. Okay? So just keep your mouth shut, let your expert do their job, and they'll get people signed up for you. It's amazing. And you'll want to say something? Don't. Okay? Because you get this look from me. Yeah, my team's like, yep. And then if you keep talking, I go, oh, clearly you got this under control. Peace. Because look, guys, I mean, there's a process, there's a method to the madness here. There's a reason we do what we do, okay? I've only got a couple more. I'll race through them. All right. When you do a successful 3-way call, the whole trust, edify, and respect thing, tell your upline and your prospects hot buttons. Connect, introduce quickly, and then shut the heck up. Let them do the talking. The purpose of a 3-way is the invite. They're going to help you with that. They're going to help you with the close. Okay? They're going to help you with the move along to get the person to move into the direction that we want them to go. To maybe it's to a big event. Maybe it's to convention. Maybe it's to get their builder pack. We're moving them along. That might be the purpose of the 3-way call. It might be just to welcome them. Hey, welcome to our team, man. We're so freaking excited to have you. Okay? The promotion, they might be promoting something. Who's that?
Don King.
Don King. Don King, what is his title?
Master promoter.
He's a promoter. He's a master promoter, you guys. And you know what? He makes millions of dollars being a freaking promoter. Look at Tyson. He talks like this. He's dumb, okay? He talks, right? I mean, come on. He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, okay? But look at him, you know? He doesn't get beat up. He doesn't work out, clearly. You know, it's not like he's working out all day long or whatever, but he is a promoter, and he makes millions and millions of dollars by being a promoter. So when you become the Don King or Don Queen of VEMA, you are going to freaking kill this, okay? Promote events just like him. Other people's opinions, guys, it's either going to make you or break you. And there's a roller coaster. I'll wrap it up. Here's the roller coaster, guys. Like when you ride it, hide it. Okay? When you ride it, hide it. Go up with the bad, go down with the good. One drop of poison in the stream is going to kill all the fish all the way down. Don't barf in your downline. Don't pee in your stream. Okay? Seriously, guys. When you ride the roller coaster, you're going to ride the roller coaster sometimes. All right. Let's wrap it up. Here's one of my favorite quotes, guys. You can tell the size of a leader by the obstacle that stops him. You can tell the size of a leader by the obstacle that stops him. I'm going to go ahead and skip this slide, guys. Let me just see. So your daily appointments feed into your weeklies into your monthlies, quarterlies, into your 90-day, into conventions. The time is now. So keep your eye on the prize and let's rock this thing. Thank you, guys.